It's Thursday night football time, and we're putting on the film. One of the most underrated great quarterbacks in the country right here. Our Football Takeover YouTube show. Let's go. Welcome in, everybody. Another edition of, I think it's episode 23 of the Football Takeover YouTube show. I'm John Harris, founder of footballtakeover.com. You go check out, get some merch. We got shirts, we got mugs. Put the Film On Bro t-shirt, you want to get that as well. So come support the cause, subscribe. It's a very small price to get a lot of content, including my keys to the game, which last week paid off pretty big. So you want to definitely get those. I gave you all my score predictions, breakdowns, scouting reports, Harris 100. Go see what I've got to say about all the draft prospects this weekend right there at footballtakeover.com. So I appreciate you being here with me today on the show. We are going to have our Thursday pick 3, which first week, good. Second week, Third week, we're rocking it. We're going 3-0 with these. So check out the pick 3 a little bit later in the show. And like I said, we're going to put the film on, bro, for one of the most exciting young quarterbacks in college football, Riley Leonard, Duke University quarterback. Yeah, when's the last time we started talking about quarterbacks at Duke instead of point guards and shooting guards? Yeah, it's been a while, but Riley Leonard can ball out. So we're going to put the film on, bro, in advance of a massive game for Duke. Undefeated going against Notre Dame. We lost last week to Ohio State. So we've got that coming up on the show. But we got to kick off the show like we always do with our cover 3. 3 of the hotter stories, maybe not the hottest, because I'm not going to talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. We all know about that. And I started thinking about it. Is Travis Kelce right for Taylor Swift? Is Taylor Swift right for Travis Kelce? Would Jimmy Garoppolo have been a better fit for Taylor Swift? Which leads me to number 3 in our cover 3, and that is Jimmy Garoppolo is still in concussion protocol after the game against the Steelers on Sunday night. If he is unable to go, it might be the maiden voyage of rookie Aidan O'Connell, who was probably the hottest rookie quarterback in the preseason. The Raiders threw him out there. He threw the ball a ton, and he threw it well. Out of Purdue, very Jared Goff-like in his approach. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Garoppolo stays in the concussion protocol, not for anything sinister, but just to keep him safe, because there have been injury issues with Jimmy before. Let him rest this week, and then let Aidan O'Connell go in and see what he can do, and let him drive the bus. Now, Devontae Adams got a ton of targets on Sunday night, but he seemingly was not happy with the team performance. Would he take a few less targets as O'Connell spreads it out and the Raiders win? We'll find out. But it could be Aidan O'Connell of Purdue, the rookie, getting another shot. He would be the 4th rookie starter at quarterback with C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, and Anthony Richardson. Young and Richardson already hurt, but it does sound like Bryce will be back. But it could be Aidan O'Connell because Jimmy Garoppolo is still in concussion protocol. All right, let's get number 2. Let's talk number 2-8 here. Jonathan Taylor still wants to leave Indianapolis. Still wants a trade. He's eligible to come off the PUP list after week 5. Week 5. So that's next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend. Still says, nope, not wanting to stay in Indianapolis. So could there be a move? Could there be a deal on the horizon? It looks like, it sounds like he is healthy and ready to go. It's just a matter of getting off that PUP list, which is just logistics, really, I guess, with the NFL at this point. But what happens with Jonathan Taylor? Now, are there teams that wouldn't have been interested that all of a sudden got off to a hot start that might say, hey, we got the money, let's do this? Is there a team in the AFC that lost a running back to an injury that might want to think about it? Oh, I don't know. There might be one in Cleveland, but I don't know. The Texans have all of Cleveland's draft assets, so there's not much there. So I don't know what's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor, but it remains a mystery. But it's going to pop back up in the next couple of weeks. But Taylor says, nope, not staying in Indianapolis, which, thank you. We'd like to see him out of the AFC South. And finally, tonight's Thursday night NFL game on Amazon. Al and Kirk will be calling Lions v. Packers in Green Bay. Jordan Love v. Jared Goff. Both teams 2-1. Both teams coming off wins. Not the sexiest wins, but the Lions got it done 20-6 against the Falcons. Jared Goff scoring on a running touchdown. Sam Laporta, rookie tight end, caught a long one that put Detroit in the lead in that ball game to stay. He is going to be a really good football player. On the other side, the Packers were down 17-0. Got it to 17-3. And then there's been controversy, but there's been a lot of talk about this. But the Packers scored a touchdown to make it 17-9. They went for 2. I think that's 100% the absolute right decision. In fact, it's a chapter in my book. You go to Amazon, time's on our side. I have a chapter devoted to that singular situation. Down 14 in the fourth quarter, you score a touchdown. Go for 2. The math, I know people want to say, analytics. The math is really easy on it. Go check out my book and read that chapter because you'll see exactly what Matt LaFleur did. It was perfect. They ended up winning 18-17. Jordan Love bringing it back. Now, Jordan Love didn't play exceptionally well, but in the fourth quarter, when it really mattered, he made some significant plays, and that's what it's probably going to be tonight against the Lions. He's got to be a little bit more consistent. It's going to be tough against that Lions defense, but we'll have some pick 3 for this game a little later in the show. But that's your cover 3 for this Thursday edition of Football Takeover YouTube show. All right, let's put the film on, bro. And when I say bro for this one, this is a young guy, Fairhope, Alabama's own Riley Leonard. Got out of the state of Alabama, went to Duke, and thought he was going to be a basketball player. And when you see his basketball highlight tape, I mean, mind-blowing what that guy was doing on a basketball court. But it turned out 6'3", 6'4", guys that can jump without a tremendous jump shot, probably can go play football and have a long career. Well, that's what Riley Leonard decided, to go to Duke and play football. Let's put the film on, bro, and take a look at Riley Leonard from Duke. One of the most exciting talents in college football is Duke quarterback Riley Leonard. Now, what I'm about to show you, you're going to look at and go, I don't know if that's so earth-shattering, but there are a lot of things he does well. But one of the things about playing the quarterback position is you have to do the simple things well. And sometimes you have to make little subtle adjustments to make sure that the subtle things and the little things are done extremely well. And Riley does that here. What you're going to get, and they've run this concept a few times, see, these 2 linebackers right here, when they drop, they're going to drop here and then here. And that opens up this void right here. So Jalen Calhoun, you can't see right now, is going to work himself into that void. But what I love about this, 2 things. Number one, when Riley throws this ball, and you'll see him right here, he sees this opening. Like, he knows this opening right there is there. And he knows where Calhoun is going. So I want you to watch his arm slide. He's going to drop it down just a little bit, almost like a baseball shortstop, thrown over to second base to turn 2. He drops that elbow down right there so he can just sling it and get it out of there quickly. So it's a quick release, gets out of his hand. Now, the other thing he does is he throws Jalen Calhoun into an even bigger void where, watch where this ball is placed, where Calhoun can catch this, where it seems like he wants to stop. He has to move through the ball to catch it, and now he's got momentum up the field. So, little baseball, shortstop, sidearm toss, throw it to the void, but put it in a spot where your receiver could do something with it. A lot of quarterbacks would try and throw this to where Calhoun was, not where he should be going. And Leonard hits him perfectly. Now Calhoun is able to get up the field and make some of the magic happen. That, the 2 subtle things that he does, makes this a big play. Big game for the Blue Devils this weekend against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Sam Hartman returns back to the Carolinas, played his ball, most of his college ball at Wake Forest, but he really has given the Notre Dame offense a boost, and I thought he had won the game with a touchdown throw late in the fourth quarter against Ohio State. But Kyle McCord said, not so fast, my friend. He went Lee Corso on that game on 3rd and 19, got the Buckeyes down to the 1, and then the Notre Dame defense crumbled, which, again, Marcus Freeman, I know you understand the game. I know all that. But if you want a copy of Time's on Our Side, I'll send it to you. But that'll be a chapter in the book sometime later on down the road, I'm sure. That was a chock full of chapters in my clock management book. But either way, Riley Leonard from Duke. All right, let's get to our pick 3 for Thursday. And I got 3 spreading the wealth amongst college and NFL. And we're going to start with the Thursday night game tonight, Lions-Packers. We talked about this a little bit earlier in our cover 3. They meet in Lambeau tonight. Lions are favored by 2. Now, the Lions are kind of road warriors. I mean, they went to Kansas City and won that game against Kansas City. They came home and lost to Seattle. Now, they did turn around and beat Atlanta at home, but they beat Kansas City on the road. and they get geared up for these nighttime games. I mean, they've won their last 2 on Sunday night. They beat the Packers to end last year, Week 18 on Sunday night, knocked the Packers out of the playoffs. Then they beat Kansas City on Thursday night. Now they're playing again on Sunday night. They're like the prime time, nighttime darlings, I guess. But I'm going with the Packers. It could be crazy, but I am getting 2 points. So I'm going to take the points and the Packers, but I feel like the Packers are going to win this thing straight up. I think Week 18 left a little bit of a stain. I know the lines are better, but I think the Packers will start to turn the corner. Jordan gets more reps at quarterback. He gets better and better. He's not been exceptional. He has sprayed it a little bit, but he's also thrown some passes that should have been touchdowns, and he's already thrown a ton of touchdowns this year already and proved clutch in the fourth quarter against the Saints when they really needed it. So I'm going to take the 2 and take the Packers, but I think the Packers are going to win this thing straight up at home. All right, our college football pick of the night is, look, the 3 games are kind of, one of them I'm definitely not going to do because Sam Houston's playing Jacksonville State, and I cover Sam Houston a lot. So not even going to touch that game as far as picks go, all that. Temple and Tulsa, I feel good about Tulsa covering that 3.5, coming off a big win last week. But I didn't feel tremendous about that. What I do feel tremendous about is Western Kentucky's offense, scoring a lot against Middle Tennessee. Western Kentucky, Austin Reed at quarterback, Malachi Corley at wide receiver. It's one of the best pass catch combinations in the country. Western Kentucky is 6.5, favored by 6.5. I don't think that's enough, so I'm going to lay the points. Take Western Kentucky. They're going to win this thing straight out, but they're also going to cover that 6.5. And I'm flirting with taking the over of 60.5. I'm flirting. I'm kind of like Travis Kelce and, Taylor Swift. I'm flirting. I'm not totally there. But I would do it if you twisted my arm. But I feel good about Western Kentucky winning that thing by more than 6.5. The over, I think you need a little help from him. Middle Tennessee, I'm not ready for that. But I am ready to say Western Kentucky is going to win that by a touchdown. And finally, this is now the 3rd week I've done this. I'm 2-0 on this. Week 1, I took player prop Jalen Hurts over like 275 yards was his total. I went under. Got it. Last week, Brock Purdy was like 228 passing yards. I went over. I got it. This week, it's Jordan Love passing touchdowns, and the number is 1.5. I'm going over that. I mean, I don't know that I'm ready to stamp a guarantee of 3, but I sure feel like 2 is going to happen. So instead of yards, because yards was like 230, I think, and I was kind of on the fence about that, but I saw 1.5 passing touchdowns as his player prop. I'm going over the 1.5 touchdowns for Jordan Love, which ties into me taking the Packers to win, but also, worst case, to cover. They get 2. But I'm going Jordan Love over the 1.5 passing touchdowns in this game against the Detroit Lions. Look, they get the 1-yard line. He boots out, hits a tight end. Touchdown. I'll take it. A push pass. Touchdown. So I'm taking over 1.5 touchdowns for Jordan Love and the Packers tonight against the Detroit Lions. So I know you'll be watching games tonight. I will as well. So I appreciate you guys being here to watch me, to talk to me, to listen to me. Appreciate everything that you do. Join footballtakeover.com. Trying to build, as strong a football community there, a positive football community there, and do some good things for readers, for listeners, for followers, and hopefully this is one of those things right here, doing the Football Takeover YouTube show. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching.